Welcome back to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and I was just wondering, after my post went viral on TikTok a couple weeks ago about Neanderthals versus humans, you got a lot of questions about this. How fast could a Neanderthal run compared to a human? Like and subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day, and I will just say one thing before I get into it. I know it's annoying, but I really appreciate it. So yeah, I did a Neanderthal post, a short, that on TikTok went viral, viral for me, 200,000 views. It's approaching right now, which is super cool because if you are one of these people that watches my long form videos or my short form videos on YouTube, I really appreciate it. You know my views are not high. Like I get like 400 views on a short, or 5, 6, maybe 1,000, and then my my long form videos, like if I get 100, I'm like, heck yeah, like yeah, I did it. I'm very new at this, but I'm putting like my heart and soul in this, all of my energy into this. My wife is carrying the weight right now. I'm living on savings. I believe in this concept that I'm doing. I'm learning and I'll get better. But it really means a lot when I get a little bit of success because it is a grind. But it's a fun grind. And so like everyone that's here right now listening, I just want you to know that like you guys are the early adopters. You're the people that I will forever thank once this thing finally takes off. So thanks for being here. It really means a lot to me. But let's get right into it, okay? Could a Neanderthal outrun you? We always talk about Neanderthals being strong, bigger bones, stockier build, stronger grips, But here's a better question for you. How fast could they run? I was thinking about doing like a series. I don't want to become like the Neanderthal guy and like now all my posts have to be on Neanderthals because I'm more of an eclectic, I just have a curious mind. Not so much an anthropologist. But I would love to do a series of like Neanderthal NFL combine, like 40-yard dash, bench press, a vertical leap, vertical jump, all that stuff, and just kind of like measure it. I think it'd be a really cool video series. So let me know if you think that has any legs. But, a lot of us picture these slow, like plodding cavemen, like they're dragging their knuckles on the ground, banging rocks on things. But that's pretty much completely wrong. To figure this out, researchers have tried to reverse engineer Neanderthal movements from the bones they left behind. And so that gives us the best window into their sprinting power, especially looking at their femurs, their tibias, and their pelvis structure. Compared to modern humans, Neanderthals had shorter lower limbs and broader pelvises, which generally means shorter strides. And so this is where it gets interesting. Despite the stride limitations, those same bones show signs of massive muscle attachment points and dense load-bearing structure. Their leg muscles weren't built for marathons, they were built for explosive, choppy, fast step power. Some anthropologists estimate that Neanderthals could sprint up to 20 to 25 miles per hour in short bursts. And no, that's not like Usain Bolt territory. Usain Bolt hit about 27.3 miles per hour, and we're saying Neanderthal is 20 to 25. If you watch the NFL and they put those little stats on the players and they're running, you'll see Tyreek Hill getting up to 23 miles per hour and stuff like that in pads holding a football. So the Neanderthal speed is well within the range of elite modern athletes. And you got to consider this was probably done barefoot, trudging through the ice age mud in some forest. This isn't on a track with cleats, with sleeping in your hyperbaric chambers and taking your pre-workout beforehand. A 2019 paper out of University College London modeled Neanderthal biomechanics and concluded that they were capable of quick acceleration and short, powerful chases, not built for distance, but built for burst, explosion. Get off the line fast. And that makes evolutionary sense. Neanderthals lived in dense forested environments, places where long-distance running, endurance running just wasn't that useful. You weren't chasing gazelles across a savanna. You were dodging predators or ambushing prey. Popping out behind a tree. What up? And compared to modern humans, whose physiology evolved for distance running and thermoregulation, Neanderthals were more like sprinters, quick, intense, and short-lived in motion. And you can see it in their joints. Their knees and ankles were incredibly robust, able to handle extreme mechanical loads. Their heels were flatter, their arches lower, and their feet were wider. Not great for speed records, but great for grip and sudden propulsion on uneven ground. So how would a Neanderthal fare against you in a 40-yard dash, let's say? Let's do the combine day. Well, what am I saying here? No, what would we estimate? a Neanderthal's 40-yard dash, right? So let's ballpark it, all right? The average human 40-yard dash time for like an, moderately in shape human that's capable of running and sprinting would say about 5.2 to 5.6 seconds, like Tom Brady at the combine. An average NFL player, though, runs it in about 4.5 seconds, like with elite sprinters being closer to 4.3 and below. I think the fastest 40 of the NFL combine is like a 4.21 or something. If Neanderthals could hit 20 to 25 miles per hour in a short burst, that puts them somewhere in the 4.5 to 4.9 seconds for a 40-yard dash. So it's not like Usain Bolt level or Tyreek Hill, but it's solidly within the pro athlete range, especially considering they weren't training or wearing cleats and they were often holding some muscle on them. So yeah, they probably wouldn't beat you actually in a 100-meter dash even, but a 10 or like 20-yard burst, that's their territory. Evolution made them perfect for ambush sprints, which is a terrifying phrase, ambush sprints. Explosive acceleration, heavy impact, and close-range force. They were freaking middle linebackers. If you gave a Neanderthal 20 yards to close the distance on you, like they'd ambush you quickly, forcefully, and powerfully. If you're just average speed, you're toast. So again, maybe not elite speed by NFL standards, but they definitely weren't dragging their knuckles and jogging in slow motion either. In fact, the whole metaphor I used earlier, the analogy I used earlier of Neanderthals being more similar to a middle linebacker than a wide receiver, I would say that holds some truth. So there you have it. Neanderthals weren't just strong, they were fast, built to explode forward, hit hard, and survive a sprint-based world we barely remember. Thank you to all my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Please like and follow. Check this short version out. I'm going to put this short version on TikTok, and I'm really hoping it goes viral again, or on Instagram, or here on YouTube Shorts. Thank you so much for being here. Please leave a comment, and in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever at Smartest Year Ever Everywhere.